What's up, amazing people? So in 2024, a lot of you want to get funded, right? We are offering 0% interest, $100,000 to $150,000 and 0% interest APR credit cards for brand new businesses, right? Your business can be a day old. But in this video, I want to go over how your personal credit profile, how it's set up, structured, and staged, and the importance of that happening, how that is the number one reason you are being denied or approved. So I was on the phones in December. I learned a lot. So now I'm kind of like addicted to it. So I've been kind of like hopping on the phones. I'm getting deep into why people aren't getting funded. So a lot of you are confused. The banks are confusing you, and I know why. Because it's not their job to tell you how to obtain money from them. Their main goal is for you to just fit whatever criteria they have in that bank when you fill out that application. Make sense? So who here is going to obtain $100K in business funding this year? If that's you, I need you to put chat in the chat. So type chat right here. Because what that's going to do is allow you to book a complimentary consultation call, or business funding readiness call, actually is what it's called, where we will look over your overall profile, ask you a few questions, give you an understanding of where you are and where you need to go in order to cross over to the funding side. Here's the number one misconception I see. What are we talking about? Talking about business funding. Are you looking to get funded? That's what we're talking about here tonight. The number one reason that a lot of you are not getting funded. So tonight, let's just reset since a lot of you just dumped in here. So tonight, I want to clear up any misconceptions that you may have when it comes to business funding and why you're not being approved, right? I also want to go over your personal credit profile. It is utterly important. What does your credit profile need to look like in order for you to obtain $100K in business funding? A lot of people do not know. I was talking to people in December, and I specifically asked to speak to people who had credit challenges. So if you're someone that has credit challenges, you don't have a perfect credit profile, and you're unable to get approved for funding, put a 1 in the chat. Yes, I know yes, right? Who's here? I mean, because a lot of you want to get funded, and I'm here to help you. So your personal credit profile, what does it need to look like? You cannot have any negative accounts. What are negative items on your credit report? Late payments, more than 3 inquiries. That's negative. Any charge-off accounts. I don't care how old it is. Bankruptcies, public records, lawsuits, child support. That is deemed negative. A lot of you also do not understand that the number of accounts that you have. So a lot of you are asking for funding and you only have 3 accounts. No, you need at least 8 to 10. 8 is what I like to see. I funded people with 6, but that's when they have a strong history and a strong profile, right? So you need active accounts. Here's the template. So take note, get your pen. Actually share this out with 5 people. Because you and everyone that you know need to get funded. And here's the secret. If your personal credit profile is exactly the way that they like it to look, that means you can personally guarantee funding for your business. Not until then. You cannot have a few late payments. You can't have 1 late payment. You can't have 2 late payments. Those need to go. Ask me any questions. So it's saying if the inquiries are all on the same day, only counts as 1? No. I don't care if you do 20 inquiries on the same day, those all count. They're going to look at you like, oh my God, he applied for credit at 20 different places. So an inquiry just simply means you inquired and you attempted to get funding or credit or filled out a credit application. You inquired for funding of some sort. And when they see 20 in one day, that's mad crazy. You will definitely get denied. So if you went to a car lot and they did you like that, you need to get those inquiries removed. All right. Just today, it was a guy, he went to some big time funding company that just ran him up. didn't give him any approvals. And I'm like, this is mad crazy. They were sending him to like Bank of Omaha. I'm like, dude, your company is not in Omaha. So that's why you were denied. So today we got rid of like 11 inquiries yesterday, like instantly. You know what I mean? So you need to be aware of that. So here are the 5 data points. Let's get to the personal credit profile and what it should look like before. There's some prep work before you go for funding. A lot of you are just saying, hey, I need money, let me go. Sorry, at that point, once it appears that you need money, you have high credit card utilization, you have a couple of late payments, you will not get approved. If you have high credit card utilization, you will not get approved. Okay, so don't even apply. The only place that's going to approve you are merchant cash advance companies. And that's only because your company is bringing in generating monthly revenues where they can attach themselves to your banking accounts and take that money out daily or weekly. So what does your personal credit profile need to look like? You need at least 10 positive accounts active in reporting on there, open, not closed, up to 10, no less than 6. All right. But I like to see at least 8. You need those accounts, all 10 of those, the age of those collectively, the age of your credit report of open and closed accounts need to be on average 5 years. You need to have no more than 3 inquiries each credit bureau. You cannot have any late payments. Your credit card utilization needs to be, below 30% is where you hit, right? But I will challenge you. You will get a favorable approval if you bring it down below 10% just for the month when you're going for funding. Trust me, I know. This is tested. All right? Bring your credit utilization below 10%. All right? You cannot have any negative items, any charge-offs, any child support, any bankruptcies, any public notices, any lawsuits. Your student loan debt cannot be in default. All right? None of that can happen. For some reason, a lot of you think that your personal credit profile is separate of that of your business, and I get it. I would think the same thing. So unfortunately, you have to think about it. If you have no business credit, they will go and pull your business credit, but then they'll see business ABC LLC doesn't have a credit history. So how can we justify giving him a $25,000 credit card? Okay, are you open to PGing it? We see 6 credit cards over here and your student loan debts are looking great. Your credit profile has a nice history, age. Hey, do you want to PG it? And guys, trust me, that's the route you want to go. Anyways, there's really no other route to go unless you just shoot straight up to $2.5 million per year. Okay, if you're not at corporate status and you're considered a small business, you fall under these parameters. No business credit, work on your personal credit profile to get funded. Let me tell you how worth it is. Just this week alone, let me tell you how worth it is. Just this week alone, I've approved, and this is one bank, right? Because they coming in like mad crazy because it's the first of the year. January is always my most greatest month, all right? They coming in like crazy because everybody wants to start their year out right, and I get it. And if you're not there yet, you can get there, all right? $75,000, 0% interest credit card. $60,000, 0% interest credit card. $50,000, 0% interest credit card. These people are getting these types of numbers just this week alone. Okay, we're not talking about past. It is not hard, all right? All you need to do is clean, stage, and optimize your personal credit profile. What does optimize mean? Because someone asked me that one time. Optimize means to make better. Use what is going on the credit profile and make it better, more efficient, increasing your chances of getting approved. What specifically does optimizing mean? It means those 5 data points I just gave you, satisfy those 5. Once you satisfy those 5 data points I just gave you, That's when your credit profile is optimized. Another thing you need to understand that is not discussed a lot. You know what? Let me share this live out with 5 people and type done. I give up too many gems. That's what I learned in December. It was a lot of people just listening to me, just like, yo, I did what you said. I got my virtual address. You know, I went to Navy Federal. I did that. I figured out I did the pledge long, play wrong. I figured out this, that, and that. Share this live out with 5 people and type done. I am giving up gems so that you can get funded this year. Okay. I don't care what happened last year or what you think is going to happen. Please make a goal to get business funding for your business. It is utterly important. Clean up your personal credit profile, optimize it, stage it for funding. Now that we understand that we need to get rid of those negative items, I just told you what it means to optimize it. Now that it's optimized, let's stage it. Share this live out with 5 people. Okay, we have a question. Okay, if your business credit is structured properly, why should we use PG instead of EIN only? Tell me one person that got some real money from EIN only. You're wasting your time. And I run across people like that too, who has been sold a package. The girl I just got $75,000 Friday. She works for me in one of my other businesses, and we were just having a conversation, and she's a nurse. And she was like, yeah, I'm in this guy's program. She paid a nice amount of money. I was like, you know what? I don't want to judge anyone this year. So I told her, don't tell me whose program she went in. I just didn't want to know because I was so pissed. If I knew the person, I probably would have called him. So he tells her, whoever he is, that she needed to build out her business credit profile, like you're saying, her EIN, and she cannot apply for funding for 2 years. What does that mean? That's a bald-faced lie or just ignorance. Maybe this person just doesn't know. That gives that person enough time to build out your EIN only profile, which can be done in 60 days. I don't even believe in that. So when you hop into my mentorship, day one, like I give you all, because I want that to be built out before you leave the mentorship. All right. 30 to 60 days, you can have an 80 to 100 payback score. That is not a year-long process. So stop listening to people who's selling you EIN-only packages, because you will only find out a year later that you went through stage 1, 2, 3, only to find out that they're like, you still need to PG it. EIN only is a fallacy unless you are making $2.5 million sales revenue, which means you are at corporate status. There is no such thing as EIN only. The only thing I know you can get with EIN only is a Floor & Decor card, a Home Depot card. You can also get a Sam's Club card. Now, the Sam's Club card is the only card that's like a MasterCard, and you can use it somewhere else. Where else? You go to Bank of America with a fully built out EIN only? Let me tell you something. If that were the case, do you know how much funded people I will have under my belt? It only takes 60 days to start to get a business credit profile. Don't listen to people. And I hope this has helped someone today. All right? Stop listening to those people selling you EIN only packages. If they're selling an EIN only package, ask them, how much funding can I get once I'm built out and with what accounts? They're just going to tell you that a bunch of Net 30 accounts. I can give them to you right now. Share this live out with 5 people. I'll give it to you right now. I need this number to go up. And that can save you $3,000. Okay? Because that's how much I charge if you want me and my team to build it out with you. All right? You need to understand that EIN only credit are vendor credit accounts. It is not the type of money I'm talking about. You cannot go and get a $75,000 0% interest credit card on EIN only unless your company is bringing in, with proof, $2.5 million or more a year. All right? Okay. All right. They're not going to give you funding and you do not have a good credit profile how I just laid out. What I'm giving you tonight is the biggest blessing you probably could have ever heard. All right? I'm giving you underwriting secrets. Period. This is how the bank is rating you. Believe it or not. Okay? I hope you believe it. All right. Am I giving you information you can use? If that's the case, put chat in the chat and let's talk. Let's talk more about your specific situation. All right? We need to understand where you are and to get out of your mind that EIN only exists. Think about it. Who you know got on here and was like, I'm EIN only. Let me tell you what EIN only is. I take that back. Let's talk. EIN only are companies like Cabbage, Clearco, Prosper. These are merchant cash advance companies. And it makes me cringe because I almost was homeless dealing with merchant cash advances because I didn't know any better when my company was struggling. Of course, they didn't look in my credit profile because that is how they're set up. It's predatory. So if they see my company, at the time, my company was bringing in a lot of cash, right? So I had a short-term rental business. They see all that money coming through that account that I allowed them to attach. They like, oh, yo, she's perfect. How much do you need? They gave me $40,000. All right. So at high entrance, soon as they dump the money in my account on Monday, they withdrawn the next week. Like they're just withdrawn. It's so predatory and they know it. You're literally paying them back with the money they loaned you. They don't even give you enough time to use it. And it's at a higher interest rate. So not only am I in debt, now I'm in more debt because this interest rate is 20-30% on $40,000. You understand what I'm saying? That is EIN only funding. Y'all know not to get on here and ask me about no EIN only funding. If y'all know me, y'all know that pisses me off because you be seeing people pointing up 3 banks that you can go to with no credit check. 3 banks that's going to put your ass in debt. 3 banks. I just talked to a woman this morning, almost in tears. She's like, I just didn't have the money. Like I let it lapse. I'm like, girl, I learned a lot about those companies, right? To the point where when I did file bankruptcy, they didn't even try to collect from me when the loan lapsed. So I shut down the banking account that they were snatching my money out of. I just didn't have it. So I shut it down, moved my money to another banking account. They didn't even attempt. So when I went to file my bankruptcy, I learned that they don't even have the right to try to collect from you. It's crazy because in their turn, it's so predatory that the loan that they gave you, more than likely they were already probably paid by the time you go broke. Because really, they're taking it all back immediately. Okay? So what they'll do is, they'll sell the loan later because she said she let it lapse like months ago, like 8 months ago. I was like, and it's not reporting to your personal credit profile. I said, but let me tell you this. They are going to sell that loan to a third-party collection agency, and they are going to try to put it on your credit report years later. So these are the things that your financial literacy guru can't tell you about, because they didn't experience it. So I'm not talking about something that I'm talking about in theory. I'm talking about it because I know it. You understand? It comes from a different energy when you've experienced this. So your EIN only funding is Uline Granger, who else? CEO Creative, Shirtsy, Nav Boost. Who else we got? So it's hundreds of Net 30 accounts out there, okay? Staples, BP gas card, Shell gas card. You understand what I'm saying? And you can get you a Sam's Club card with a MasterCard logo on there. You can go and get you a Floor and Decor. You can go and get you a Home Depot card, which sucks Because let me tell you what else I learned. So when I went to go get a washer dryer for my new home, I'm like, okay, it was like, hey, you want to, 0% interest for a year. You want to, if you get our credit card, we'll give you 0% interest for a year. I'm like, word? Is that the business? They like, no, on the personal. I'm like, that shit is trash. Now, if you'd have told, I'd apply right there. If they'd have told me 0% interest that's going to report on my personal credit profile, think about it. If I'm getting a $3,000 washer dryer set and they approve me for that, now I'm at 100% utilization on the personal side. These are the things that we are unaware of. So you would have thought you were winning. Oh, I can take my time to pay this back. Let me get this line of credit that would have been reporting to my personal side, and I would have had high credit card utilization. I'm like, no, that's not going to help me. I said, what kind of deals do you have on the business side? He's like, well, no, the business credit card, it's regular insurance. I'm like, well, that's not helping me. That is EIN only funding. Is that what you want? Do you want that type of funding? Or do you want $25,000 from U.S. Bank, $20,000 from Truist, and a $50,000 business line of credit from Truist? Do you want $75,000 to $100,000 0% interest credit card from Chase? That's more like it. I think that's worth risking my PG. I do. I mean, if you feel like that's worth the PG, say aye. Please put some fire in the chat because you're risking it anyways. You're using your personal name anyways when you're in business and you don't have business credit. You're using your personal credit anyways. I know you are because I talk to you. You're in my mentorships. You're in my Facebook groups. You're in my DMs. We have high credit card utilization because we keep trying to use our personal name and credit to sponsor our business when it was never ever designed that way. Your best bet is to start out with a PG to establish business credit, and then within a year or more, use that business credit that you PG'd responsibly. And then after a year, that's when you will go and it should be a standalone. But you have to establish business credit first. Am I making sense? This is making sense to you and this is information you can use. Please put some fire in the chat. I'm here to tell you. Okay, isn't business PG credit cards still putting you in debt? Okay, let's talk about it. So think of it this way. I'll give you a real scenario, all right? Think of a real scenario. I don't know if you must don't know my story. So okay, let's talk about my story. So how did I end up here? So I left corporate America. I was fired on the streets midday. I had a condo, and at the time I had 1 4-unit, right? They fired me. Go home, met a girl in my condo building. We went out to lunch. She was like, yo, what happened? I was like, I got fired yesterday. She's like, well, have you ever thought about Airbnb in your unit? I'm like, that was my first time hearing Airbnb. Got into the Airbnb business. She walked me through everything. She was what was known as she was really worth it too. She was one of those $50,000 mentors, but she did it for free, right? She literally wrote out my listing. She gave me all her contractors, her cleaning crew, everything. All right. And we became very good friends to this day. I made $84,000. I then went into a real estate mentorship group. I then met a guy because Airbnb was so new, right? No one really knew what it was. Not even the luxury buildings who were giving me all these units. They didn't know. We was calling it corporate housing. They knew what corporate housing was. They were not ready for this Airbnb thing, right? So I get a mentor, mind you, he helped me scale to 14 units. I didn't even want to pay the $2,000. I didn't even want to pay it. I'm embarrassed to say that. But a lot of you are like that, right? And I know that mindset. That's why I keep it pushing. You're not ready yet. So if someone gives you a price about something you really, really need, you really don't want it that bad, all right? Because if you want something bad enough, you'll go get it, Okay. So I didn't want to pay the $2,000. My boyfriend at the time paid for it. Boom. The next day, from the script he gave me, I was offered 12 units that very next day. I was in shock. Changed me. All right. I didn't take all 12. My mentor was like, you better not. I wanted to. 84K times 12. I was like, we can make this work, So I'm killing it. Competition comes in. I didn't fully execute the blueprint like he told me to. He told me to build business credit. He told me to put these units in my business name, right? Did I do that? No, right? I had an 815 credit score. I'm getting cash. I'm killing it. I'm bringing it up to 300K net, okay, in my pocket every year for 5 years consecutively, straight cash. Here's why you want to develop debt. Because if you go look at any wealthy person, wealthy people never risk their own cash ever. You will prefer to risk your credit than your cash. And here's why. So I had $150,000 liquid cash. So I'm not telling you something in theory. I'm telling you my real actual story. Had over 100. I had several banking accounts. I just remember the one account with Bank of America, I had 150 something thousand liquid cash. The other accounts had cash in it too, but that was my primary bank. Okay? 150 something plus liquid cash. All right? Competition come in, I'm on the hook for all of these leases. I wish I would have had a business credit card. I wish I could have just started using business credit at that point. I wish I had about $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit, reporting on a business credit profile. But guess what? I didn't. I had $150,000 cash, and I had a whole bunch of personal credit from all the big dogs: Amex, Chase, Citi, Barclays, Bank of America. I got nice lines too. We started to use the cash first, right? I'm like, yo, this is just a blip. We'll rebound in spring, because I had never had a drought like that. I had a drought where it was like no bookings in the future. Hit me like a ton of bricks. So I'm like, maybe this is just a glitch. It'll pick back up. It never picked up. All right. It's because the competition came in and undercut the prices. How Walmart did to Kmart. That's what had happened. But I wasn't savvy enough to understand what undertaking was happening to me at the point. Now I'm cash. I'm cash heavy. I got fat cat. And at the time, I'm thinking that was a lot of money. So I got fat cash pockets at the time. Okay. I used that cash so fast, it was a wrap. So then I went to my personal credit cards, and that's when they lowered all my credit limits because they was like, oh no, Akila is in trouble. One credit card went up to 99% utilization. They notified all the other ones. And that next month, all my credit limits were lowered. That's when I was busted. In a situation like that, you will love to have some business credit because that would have given me some time to figure out that I was in real trouble. I would have rather used $150,000 business credit and paid that debt and still had my 815 credit score and let the credit line go up 99% utilization on the business side. That wouldn't have affected my personal, and it wouldn't have affected my business credit either. Let me tell you what could have happened. Say I did use up 100K business credit cards and my personal credit profile was still intact and I still had my $150,000 liquid cash, right? I could have realized, oh no, Akila, something's not right. That's when we got together as a community and was like, oh, Saunders came in. And a lot of us across the country are starting to experience this issue. They swallowed up the professional host, which was me, because they came in with big, beautiful buildings and were able to charge half price in high ticketed markets. So in Chicago, we're charging $200 minimum, $350 a night on average, $275 on average. That was my rate limit, $275. All right, so it will go my threshold. All right, we used to use software. My threshold for my units used to be $250, $275. Okay? This is why you want business credit and funding. Let me continue. I could have used $100K in business credit. Oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, we need to either file a Chapter 11, but knowing me at the time, I wouldn't have filed bankruptcy. Say I have the knowledge I now have, and I had it then, I would have had that credit card at $100,000, those credit cards on the business side. Now, with a business credit card, here's something I'm giving y'all $1 million worth of game. I really hope you're appreciating this. I really hope you're really appreciating this, because your average guru is not going to tell you this. You know why? Because they didn't experience this. They got into this game because they felt like it was good money. I got into this game because I lost and I learned. And when you learn, you teach. I didn't want to do this. Okay, I was fighting it too. They were coming to me. I was really fighting it. But this story is about to save some people. So I'm going to make sure I save this live. Share this live out with 5 people. Knowing me and how anal I was about paying my bills, now I have $100,000 of business credit debt. And I have, this is a scenario, and I have $150,000 liquid cash. I have real estate at this time that's almost a little couple $100,000 shy of $1 million net worth in real estate at this time, right? I have an 815 credit score, and this business right here has $100,000 in debt. You only are required to pay 1% of the balance. So what does that mean? In order for me to pay that debt down, I could have only been responsible to pay them $1,000 a month. That would have been a very great scenario versus what I had to go through. Then what could have done, guys? I wish we were in a live class so I can ask a few of you what would have been my next move. I would have started a whole new LLC and went and got business funding for another 200, because when I first funded myself, I got $300K. With the net worth that I had, the real estate and the cash and the history with Bank of America alone, I could have gone to Bank of America and probably got a good $300,000 business line of credit. That's a bet. That's why you would get business credit when you're in business. So that is the good debt you want to create. That could have set up a scenario for me which would have allowed me to be in a position to pay that debt down over time. I hope this is if this is some information you can use, put some fire in the chat, because that's real. That's real talk right there. So stop looking at business credit and funding as debt. It is not debt. It is your security blanket. When I fell out the sky, I felt on hard pavement. If I would have had $100,000 of business credit, I would have fell on some clouds. Like, oh, okay, y'all, now I got time. Okay, so I just need to pay them $1,000 a month until this $100,000 is paid off. I could have went and got more business funding under a new business and got a new opportunity. Who knows? I probably could have still ended up here. I don't know. Because at that point, I would have been like, because that's what did it to, no, maybe not. I don't know. I think my story had to go exactly the way that it went in order for me to have enough compassion to get past my fears and get on live. I didn't want to speak in front of people and I didn't want to go live. Like, who wants to, like, you got to be a real narcissist type, self-absorbed or super confident person. And typically the people who desire this and don't have it, you know, it's like you just want to be a celebrity. Like, this isn't what this is about. So I hope I answered the question. Why would you PG credit over EIN? That's why. Or he didn't say over EIN. I'm still on EIN. He said, isn't business PG credit cards still putting you in debt? No, it would have saved me. It would have saved me. I hope I answered your question. Can I use an address only virtual office assistant? can I use an address only virtual office assistant? First off, you need to rephrase that question. What is a virtual office assistant? Now, if you're saying a virtual office, yeah, as long as it's not a P.O. box or iPostal, don't listen to these people telling you that it's okay to get an iPostal. It is not. Okay, it is not. Okay, get an address, a virtual address that's inside of a corporate building. Do we have any more questions? Y'all better stop playing. This is 2024. This is the year you will build business credit. This is the year you will get funded $50,000 to $100,000 in 0% interest credit cards. I'm telling you. I could if I'd have known then what I know now, it's so many plays I could have run in that situation. I could have just definitely going out and getting business funding with that perfect scenario, right? Like literally. I could have just went and got into a whole new opportunity. I could have just been like, fuck it, I'm not paying that $100,000. I'm gonna file a Chapter 11. I could have did a lot of different things, but knowing me, I would have paid it, and I would have paid it over time. Knowing me, that's how I ended up broke trying to pay my bills. I was real anal about paying my bills. I just wanted to do the right thing. Just wanted to do the right thing. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone want to come up? You can get free coaching, right? I love doing live coaching. So I hope this information is really helping you. Number one, you need to have your personal credit profile clean, staged, and optimized. Number two, you need to understand that business credit and funding is for you. You need to make sure that you have at least 2 credit cards that are at least 2 years old, that are your primary cards, that has a credit limit of at least $2,500. People also don't know that. That's another misconception. You need to understand EIN only credit is a fallacy. It will not land you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 from a bank unless you're bringing in $2.5 million of sales revenue into your business at corporate status, or unless you go and you are funded by a merchant cash advance company, and trust me, that is not what you want. Okay? Get funded, know the truth, make an informed decision, get mentorship, get leadership, set up a call, understand the importance. A small investment can land you at 6 figures. 6 figures in funding and 6 figures in cash flow. 100%. How could you not win if we go out and get you $50,000, 0% interest credit card? I'm really saying it on the low end because a lot of you just are not there yet, just gauging the conversation. So let's just say we get you $50,000. You can take 25,000 of those dollars and put yourself in a whole nother tax bracket, in a whole nother situation. You will be building business credit. Business credit is totally separating you from your business. So you're building an entirely different entity. It's not you. It's the business. The business failed. The business is doing well. The business is reporting business credit report. The business credit can save you when you're in trouble. Not running to your personal credit cards, spiking it up, high credit card utilization. Now you're dead stop in your tracks. You may as well just look at that credit. It's only 30% of it is available to you. It is not designed to be used and capped out. The reason business credit isn't rated the way personal credit is because if I max out a $100,000 business credit card, they will look at that as business is good. The only data point that matters on the business side is that you pay the minimum balance on time. That's it. There's no rating for high credit card utilization. There's no rating for inquiries. They don't care about that. All right? They want you to pay the bill and stay in business. I want you to get funded and build out a business credit profile in the correct fashion Stop listening to these clowns telling you that EIN only is going to help you get money. You never hear them attaching any money to that. What they're doing is attaching merchant cash advances. That's not what you want. Trust me when I tell you that. That's putting yourself in even more debt. You will be in a better position if, let's say, like me, I'm using myself as an example since you're talking to me, okay? I went into my financial literacy program with bankruptcy. I started taking action on his free information. By the time I was in there, I had my personal credit profile, like the best it could possibly be. Only thing needed to go was the bankruptcy, right? I had a 749, 748, 748, all the way across with the bankruptcy. Still couldn't get funded, all right? Built out my business credit profile, still couldn't get funded, okay? So it took me 5 months to get rid of my bankruptcy. And we're not counting the times I quit. I quit 3 times. I just quit. All right? Because I didn't understand the credit repair process and I was frustrated. All right? This is why I don't believe in my mentees or anyone coming into. So understand who you're talking to. I don't believe you should do your own credit repair. I very rarely run across people that's successful. People who are jumping into people's mentorship, teaching you how to do your own credit repair at $100 and something a month or $50 something a month. Think about that. You're learning. So it's going to take you a good 3 months to kind of understand what's going on while you're applying it. And by that time, trust me, I've been in this situation, so I'm not telling y'all something I don't know. By that time, you're just frustrated. Because I'm seeing everybody in the group, oh, I got 50,000, they popping champagne, I'm at 6 figures. And I'm like, this is some bull. This bankruptcy gotta go. You know what? Who can do it for me? Now I'm in the chat. Anybody here I need the best in the game to remove this bankruptcy for me. Man, they were refusing to remove it, but I need you to think about that. By the time, this is a common story, okay? I'm not saying it's not possible. But it's not going to be the way the person is selling it to you. I'm just keeping it real. Because I'm talking to these people who can't do it. And they've been in these mentorships. And it takes them a good 3-4 months to realize that this shit ain't going to work. So that $150 or however much that was every month times 4, you could have paid somebody to do it for you. I promise you, credit repair is no punk. And the laws are changing constantly. You just jumping into the game now with this old information that this person is giving you, that shit ain't working. Them letters are not working. You need someone that this is all they do. Trust me, you saving or pulling from your 401k or doing whatever you need to do to get that credit repair, I'm telling you, get your credit repaired, stage, clean, optimize your personal credit profile, build out your business credit profile in the correct fashion to an 80+ payback score, make yourself and your business credible, and go get funded. Go and get that 100K. So if someone is charging you $1,000 or $1,200 or I don't care how much credit repair costs, it is worth it. It is worth your freedom, your financial freedom. Sitting here accepting bad credit or credit challenges, I'm sorry, I don't want to use that term, a profile with credit challenges on there, it's just going to leave you standing in place. Your dreams of an entrepreneur are diminished. You can only go so far with cash. And then if you get like me and you are successful with cash, if you hit a bump in the road without any business credit, that means everything is going to fall on you. So you may as well start building it now. I don't care where you are in your entrepreneur journey, who you want to be, what type of business you want to get into. You need to start today. And if you're interested in receiving $50,000 to $100,000 plus in 0% interest credit, we're getting 60, 75, 50 from one bank, 0% interest credit. Type chat and let's get funded. Let's stop playing games. All right. I hope I clarified all this information about EIN only. I painted a real clear picture of what the repercussions can be without business credit. And I painted a real clear picture of what type of funding you will receive. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it because I need you to understand that this is not a game. If you're real serious about being successful in business, you need to do what the successful people do. No one's telling you to go out and use all the credit on useless things. All right? No one's telling you to just blast through the money. No. What I'm telling you and what I advise you to do is to establish and build a business credit profile, get as much as 0% interest funding you can get, and go get yourself a mentor and do what the fuck he says. Period. 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 Get in the right circle of people who have integrity, and things will change for you. You will see that you have a veil of protection. You understand? When you get in certain rooms and certain groups, you can either earn your way, serve your way, or pay your way. I like paying my way with 0% interest credit cards. All right? I will risk a 0% credit card all day long and still have my cash. Because guess what? When things go bad, I am now in a position where I can rebound. When things go bad and you've used all your cash, you have no recourse. Now what? Oh shit, I'm broke. Okay? And I don't want that to happen to you. So you don't go through what I went through. Set and schedule yourself a funding readiness free call. 15 minutes is all it takes. Type chat. Let's get funded this year, guys. Let's stop playing games. Okay? Say, I just started my business, Capital One Spark card. That's not a good one. It reports to your personal credit profile. That's another thing. That's not a good card. They gave me a card. Is that a good starting point? No, because it's not creating business credit for you. That card is reporting to your personal credit profile. Beezy, type chat, schedule a call. It's time. All right. Thank you for the valuable information. You're more than welcome. I'm just here to help. All right. I am just here to help. I don't want you to end up like I did, hiding from the guy to avoid eviction. And what I'm telling you, this is real talk. This is the most transparent I've been in a very long time. So I want to leave this live up. And if you're hopping in at the last minute, I highly, highly recommend you listen to it in its entirety. Highly recommend it. Say, I need help getting my personal credit right. I got you. Type chat, schedule a call with my team, and we are going to get you right at a very fraction of the cost. So I have programs that can have credit repair and have you building out your business credit profile at the same time. So the difference between me and what was important to me when I decided after I was fighting going into this industry, the good thing about me is I was like, we have to do it all. And it was very challenging for someone to start out and somehow offer credit repair, business funding, building out your business credit, all three. Because you have to understand this, and this is what I'm running into. All three of those matter. Your personal credit profile matters, your business credit profile, and you being totally credible as a business, all of that matters. That falls up under the business credit build out. And the funding. Those two affect if you will get funded. So think about it. A company that only does credit repair, they're wiping off good accounts. They don't even care what's on there or what the report is going to look like. A company that's only funding, they're pointing up, telling you, hey, these companies here, these three banks here, you can get funded with no credit check. They just want the bag for you getting some type of funding. They don't care about you. They don't care that they're promoting a predatory loan. If they did, they wouldn't be on their platforms doing it. And if they knew what I understood to be true, they wouldn't do it at all. It could be ignorance. It can be they just don't care. You understand? And you just can't have an EIN only person. EIN only person, you're not going to get any money. So the EIN only person is selling you a business credit build out package. The average price for that is $3,000 all day long. So I don't care about you getting funded. I don't care about your credit. I'm just going to sell you on business credit. So the reason you're hearing different information from me is because I want you to get funded. And I want to remove as many barriers as possible for you, remove those roadblocks to get you over to the funding side. Us playing games, doing business credit build out, talking about EIN only, you're not going to get any money, and that's not going to help you get any further in life. All right, you need some real cash, and you need to establish some real business credit with some real banks on your business credit profile for it to matter. Net 30s are not going to allow you to go inside of a bank and get a 0% interest credit card and your personal credit profile isn't in order. That's not going to happen. The only way you're going to get into a healthy situation and your personal credit does not matter is two ways. If you're putting your buildings or property or a piece of equipment up for collateral, a piece of equipment with a serial number, or a real estate property or land. All right? That's one way. Number two, if you're bringing in $2.5 million cash and books show that in sales revenue a year, that means you're now at corporate status. If you don't fall into that category, and I'm pretty sure you don't, or you wouldn't be listening to me, your bank would already offered you $1 million business line of credit. You wouldn't be right here right now. You'd be somewhere enjoying the funding. So I'm almost pretty sure you don't fall under that bracket. Okay? We have a question. I'm new to your profile. Saw you on No Fluff Podcast. Well, welcome. Schedule a call, Icretia. Type chat. Schedule a call. I'm more present with the calls, right? But I need people to be serious. If you're serious in business, I'm serious with you. If this is information you can use, this is all I'm coming here tonight, right? I'm not trying to sell you anything. You know what you need. You know what you're comfortable with. But I need to shift it needs to be a paradigm shift, right? That's what happened to me. And that's why I'm here. I had a paradigm shift. I used to think credit repair people were crooks, but you can't be fed the truth all at the same time. I had to be put into a desperate situation to try different things that I thought was unconventional at the time. Right? I had to do that. I was able to get out of my own way, and I want you to do the same. Come with the beginner's mind. When I came into the acceptance that I lost everything and I had to do something differently, I was able to, at that point, receive new information. I went into my mentorship with a beginner's mind. I didn't listen to anyone else on YouTube or Facebook. I was just on those Wednesday night calls. Couldn't even sleep. I used to be on those calls. He used to be spitting so much game. And he used to do the calls mad late. And I go to bed at 9 p.m. But I used to be on those calls from 9 to 10 up, talking to the other mentees about the plays he gave us. You understand? To 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Because I literally, and that's literally a part of it too. You need to visualize your new self without any negative items and with business funding. So let's reset the room. I'm offering a business funding readiness call for anyone who is looking to obtain 0% insurance of $50,000 to $100,000 plus this year. All right. I don't care what condition you're in. I don't care what your personal credit profile looks like. We are here to get you funded, period. You can be in a whole totally different situation like that. A lot of you are coming to me and you're already funding ready, right? And you don't even know. It's just a few little tweaks that need to happen. And it's not as bad as you may think it is. I've looked at hundreds of profiles. When I tell you, I'm pretty sure I'm at expert level at it. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So type chat. You having this call can be the difference in you staying in business or not. It could be the difference of you having incorrect information and having your conscience raised. Like at this point, it is just time to get funded. It's time to be a real boss. You cannot write checks if you're not making one. You cannot make a check if you're using your personal name. You cannot scale your business with cash only. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I tried and I lost. I don't know anyone who has came to a level of success in the United States without leveraging credit. No one's telling you to go and use the money irresponsibly. Use the money to start, grow, scale a business. Use the credit profile to protect you. That's what this is about. Know that business credit and funding is for you. Know that it's easier than you think. Know that it is possible. Understand that the wealthy uses this strategy. Understand that it's a veil of protection. Understand that business credit is totally separating you from your business. Understand that you may be fundable right now. Right now. Right now. And not even know it. You need to also be in the company of people. So I have a mentor. And he talked about the 30-30-30 rule. 30% of the people that you hang out with need to be like you. They need to be your peers. The other 30% need to be people that's a little lower than you trying to get where you are. The other 30% need to be people who are where you want to be. Okay? This is how you become a well-rounded person. All right? So not only are you sharing ideas with your peers, you're helping someone and you're learning something new. The problem is when I stopped learning and I was stagnant in my business. The most I had made was $300K, a little over 300,000. Now I'm talking about net now. I didn't get into any new mentorships. I was supposed to that year, I went 6 figures over 200K. I was supposed to get a mentor at that point that was supposed to take me from 6 figures to 7 figures. I didn't do that. So I remained stagnant and I didn't have any new information and I didn't know what to do when the competition came in and I didn't have business credit and I couldn't rebound. You understand? Again, the 30-30-30 rule. 30% of the people you engage with should be your peers. So you guys can share opportunities and share knowledge, and it's like your sparring partner, right? The other 30% should be people you're helping, right? People who's trying to get where you are, right? Who's not quite there yet. But most importantly, the other 30% of the people you engage should be people that's teaching you and pulling you up to where you want to go. That was the most profound thing I heard this year, and I'm sharing it with you. I saw a question. If you are looking for a free 15 business funding readiness call, type chat, schedule, show on time, be prepared. It's only 15 minutes. Is a U.S. bank credit card a good credit card to use? Yes, it is. Business? 0% interest, I want to say 9 months. Yes, I love U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is the bomb. The reason I love U.S. Bank, you don't need to have a relationship with them, but with any bank, if you have a relationship with them, of course you get higher limits. And then some banks require you to have a relationship with them. Yes. Guys, I want you to get funded. If you or anyone that you know is in business or an aspiring entrepreneur, you need to share this video with them. All right? You and your boo thing. All right? You both need to get your credit together. You both need business funding. You both need business credit. You both need to aspire to something different, a new way of doing business. Get yourself around that higher 30%. You can do that with business credit and funding. Now that I have $50,000 to $100,000 of 0% interest credit, I can take $5,000, $10,000, $7,500 of this and get myself into a new opportunity. Financial literacy is key. I don't care what business you're in, what industry you're in. Without financial literacy, you will fail. Without the understanding of how to get funding for your business, you will fail. Without the understanding that it is essential and critical for you to have a business credit profile separate of you and your business to mitigate risk, is huge. You need to understand this. You are the CEO, all right? What are you going to do differently this year than what you did last year? Let's get funded, period. It doesn't matter what needs to happen. And I heard something today, which was helping me remember the truth, right? It said, most people are exactly where they want to be in life, where they are. You're exactly where you want to be, whether you're willing to admit it or not. I was like, ooh, I haven't heard that in a while, but it's true. When I went broke, I wasn't comfortable being broke because it was a new condition for me that I wasn't about to accept. So when you have the determination to get yourself out of a situation, it will happen. No one, nothing is going to stop me, period. So if you are in the mind of getting yourself $100,000 at 0% interest, really it's more than that, but I want to make you feel comfortable. I don't want to give you the whole truth all at the same time, even though this video is quite raw and it's real and it's true and it's accurate. And I don't know anyone that shares that story that's in this space. All right? They can't. Yeah, they can sell you a package. This is why they're disconnected from the result because they haven't experienced having merchant cash advance loans and going broke. So it's nothing to them to sell it. All right? But I'm here to put you on notice. Clean, optimize, stage your personal credit profile, build out your business credit profile, make your business totally credible. All right? Make sure that it's not in a risky industry. Okay? What is your next step for business funding? Your next best move could very well be this phone call. Now, I'm pretty sure it's this phone call, so type chat. You need to understand where you are and where you need to go in order to get funded. Let's get funded, period. This is the year. It only takes a little time and a small investment to get you where you want to go. And I'm not here trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to sell you hope, if anything, and some real knowledge and a paradigm shift. And stop listening to these people out here that's just trying to sell you a package and really don't care about your result. Okay? EIN only is a fallacy. You point me someone that went out and got a real bag with EIN only, I need that fucking strategy. Because I'm going to go out and fund 100 people right now. I got thousands of people in my back end. If you can give me a strategy where we can go EIN only and get us some 0% interest funding, and it's not a cash advance loan, I need that strategy. I'll pay for it. Give me that strategy because I want to know where you went for that to happen. Okay? That's the only way I'm going to stand corrected on that. I need to see receipts. Okay? If that's not the case, build, stage, clean, optimize your personal credit profile. Build out your business credit profile to up to 100 payback score. Make your company credible. Schedule a call to see and check your funding readiness. Everyone have their own funding blueprint. No two people have to do the same thing to become funding ready. So stop listening to all these various people on YouTube half-ass implementing the pledge loan and these other things that didn't even probably apply to you. You probably already had a ton of student loans on your credit profile that satisfied installment loans, and you didn't even really need to go there. Stop listening to things and you're not even sure if it applies to you or not. Trust but verify. I'll leave you with that. Trust but verify. Let's get funded. Let's reset the room. I'm offering so many slots. for you to set up a funding readiness call, 15 minutes, okay? To tell you how you can get to 100K plus in 0% interest funding, okay? It is going to require that you be a PG. I gave you a detailed, explicit details on what type of funding you can receive on EIN only. Now, the choice is yours. Do you want a bunch of vendor credit? And the only thing that's going to give you any type of form of cash is a Sam's Club card with a MasterCard logo, and it's not going to be that much? Or do you want $100,000 in 0% interest funding? I think I choose the latter. Do you want a fully built out business credit profile with money on there from real banks? Totally separating you from your business. Your business should have its own name, phone number, email, website, checking account, everything, address. It's its own entity. Do you have a course that teaches funding from A to Z? I do have a course, but I don't like selling it. Okay? Well, what is the short code for that? It's $297. It's a credit repair and business funding as well as 4 ebooks. And yeah, it'll give you the entire blueprint. All right? I forgot the short code for it. It's been so long. I want to say it's not that. I forgot the short code for it, for you to receive it. DM me and I'll send you the link. But book a call and you can check to see if that's something that's going to benefit you. Okay? Depending on where you are, and I'll be really honest with you. All right? That is good to help you build out your business credit profile, for you to be totally fundable. It's also going to give you the secret lenders list as well. What is that short code? I forgot. I haven't sold that course in so long. Like, my team will sell it to people who ask for it, because I used to sell it a lot on here. I forgot. It's a shame. But I have products that is tailored to people, so many different people, that I just move on from certain things. Like, I can sell you a business credit build out package as well, if that's what you want. But I'm not going to tell you that you're going to get funding from that. Some people just need that profile built out because they want to put cars in their business name, things like that. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that you're going to get funding, because that's not true. And if it's true, you need to introduce that person to me and I will buy the strategy. Okay? Because I got thousands of people who can use some EIN only funding right now with bad credit. And I would love to put it into action. Okay? Don't you believe it? It said, is it legal when trying to build credit to be put on someone else's business credit? I don't know what you mean. To be put on someone else's business credit. You cannot. I don't know what you mean. Re-ask that question, because I don't want to assume. And I don't want to tell you no, and I don't fully understand your question. Type chat, schedule a call, let's get funded. This has been amazing. I'm going to come here more often. I need to be here more often. I miss you guys, because you need to understand the power of financial literacy and the power of business funding. Okay? So share this live out with 10 people. Type chat. Be amazing. Be great. Schedule your call. Let's get funded. Bye.